Okay, well, we're going to do a little recap of my little adventure on riding an Amtrak coach around the country. Um, oh boy, what a trip it was. I didn't come back in the best of moods. What I found out was riding coach is fine if you're a younger person. At my age, I'm not quite 67 yet, but I found that it was very difficult for me to ride in Amtrak coach on long distance runs. When I left here, it was April 13 of 2025, and I left through LAX Union Station and headed up the coast to Seattle. I ended up staying at a hotel in the downtown Seattle area, and I don't think I would ever do that again. The hotel itself wasn't too bad, but everything else was not that great. So to start out with, when I got to King Street Station in Seattle, I walked outside and was gonna order a lift, and I saw there was a few of the yellow cabs, and save time, I just asked one of them, how much to take me to the Warwick Hotel. He told me 15, and it's okay. So he took me to the Warwick, and I told him, can you come back in an hour? I need to go to the airport. He says, well, if you want to go right now, I'll just charge you $20 more. So I gave him a 20 to hold for the fare, so I went inside and dropped my bags at the counter and picked up my room key, and then we went out to the SeaTac airport to get my rental car. I find they have a lot of them, and it's just a lot easier for me to go to the airports. Okay, so my cab driver's name was Abraham. Real nice guy, very honest. If you want a good cab driver, when you go to Seattle, ask for Abraham and he will take care of you. So anyway, I went out, got my car, came back to to start out with, when I got my car in the SeaTac airport, they told me to follow the arrows. Well, there were arrows everywhere, on the ground, on signs, on the ceiling. So of course I went the wrong way and had to get turned around, and so finally I get out to my hotel, only to find out that for 2 nights it's going to cost me $52 per night, so it's going to cost me $104 just to park the rental car. I didn't pay that much for the rental car. So they didn't tell me that the back stairs will dump you out in the alley behind the building. So I come down the stairs after parking my car and end up in an alley in downtown Seattle at 10:30 at night. Not a very comfortable feeling. So I go in, check into my room, and everything was okay for that part of it. And the next day I drove out to Granite Falls area to see my friend that I'd like to go up and see him when I'm in the Seattle area. So I was up there, and we went for a walk around the Everett port, which is real nice, get to look at all the boats. And so late that afternoon, I headed back to Seattle so I could have dinner with my niece, because she lives in Seattle. Well, oh my goodness, here comes a helicopter, wouldn't you know it. Anyway, I'll try to talk a little bit louder. Or wait a minute, one of the two, it should fly over fairly quickly. Hey. Yeah, looks like possibly a military helicopter. Okay, so anyway, I'm waiting for my niece to come downtown, and we're gonna go somewhere and have dinner. I don't know where, because she knew a little place around there. While I was standing outside, I was kind of just halfway sitting on one of the planters outside the hotel and minding my own business, not really doing anything, not making any kind of eye contact with anyone or anything. And the next thing I know, this very large African American gentleman walks by me, and he's talking just really hateful, and I'm thinking, wow, man, I wonder who he's talking to. I thought maybe he's talking to himself or on the phone, but no, he was talking to me, and he was talking about how he was going to stick me like he did those, and I'm not going to repeat the whole words, but you'll get the drift. He said, I'm going to stick you like I did those white MFers in the 60s, almost said it. And I was like, wow, this dude's talking to me, so I had promised my wife that I would, come back safe to her, so I did not think having anything to do with this individual is going to help that. So I walked back towards the entrance, and I hear him yell after me, yeah, you white MFer, you run. Well, I worked on my uncle's farms and ranches, and you don't run from mean animals. You walk and you keep your eye on them. So I was able to get away from him, luckily. I'm glad I realized he was talking to me before he came back and confronted me, because I think he was working himself up into that situation. So staying in downtown Seattle was not great, because it $104 for parking for 2 nights. Plus, they don't tell me the right stairs to take. I end up in the alley. Good thing I didn't meet that guy that threatened me the night before. It wouldn't have went well, I guarantee you. So, outside paying $104 for that, being dumped in the alley at 10:30 at night, being threatened, I will never stay at the Warwick in downtown Seattle again. Inside the hotel, okay. Outside the hotel, not so good. And that includes their parking. I don't care what they say about it. It's competitive with the prices in downtown Seattle. Well, that stinks. So anyway, the next day, I run around in Seattle and do some, looking around. I checked out the monorail, rode it, went down to the Space Needle. I didn't go up in it because I just didn't want to pay $25 to ride the elevator up. So I didn't go up there, but I did ride the monorail, which was pretty cool. And so the next day, I check out of my hotel and I get ready to board the Empire Builder in Seattle towards Chicago. When I got on the train, the car attendant for the sleeper car that I was going to have for that section of the ride, because I rode coach up to Seattle, but I was going to have a room out from Seattle to Chicago. So I get over to Chicago, finally. The ride to Chicago was outside of having a room and being able to stretch out and sleep and have 3 meals a day. Outside of that, it was not that great of an experience. For some reason, there were very, very, very few fresh air breaks. I'm talking maybe like 3 to 5 minutes.